am I right in saying, despite kind of this laid back attitude, you are very ambitious?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've just personally with music, I've always had very, very, very high ambitions. I want to see how far I can take this, and I love it so much that I can't imagine doing anything other than trying to be the best artist I possibly can. And I know that everyone in the group is so passionate about music.
I've been like, that might sound dumb, so YouTube commenters,
Let me
don't
know
beat me
below
to it.
if it sounds no.
It probably will. But like, I think I've been ambitious like my entire life. Even when I was really young, like 4 years old, I was always really kind of like, I don't consider myself cocky, which kind of makes me cocky considering not myself cocky. But I don't consider myself cocky, and like, and I do pick a lot on myself, and like, but one thing I know that I'm good at is like, I'm obviously good at what I'm doing now is because I'm like, it's really happening and it's successful, and you must be doing something right. So, but like even when I was like 4 or 5, I was always so pissed that like 4-year-olds weren't making huge studio movies. Like, why won't Hollywood give 4-year-olds millions of dollars to make movies? Like, I want to make a movie so bad. Why can't I just make it now? Which is insane and the stupidest thing in the
No,
world.
nothing insane about that. No.
No, I'm saying looking back on it, like I wouldn't give me a 4-year-old. If a 4-year-old came up to me and was like, "Give me $1 million, I want to make this movie," I'd be like, "What are you?"
I'd actually be pretty
about?
impressed that a 4-year-old had the capacity to do that.
Well, yeah, for sure.
To
I
wanna
mean,
do that.
but I've always had like ambitions to be like, to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to work as hard as someone like this guy over here does, I think you definitely have to be very ambitious.
Well, I was going to say, because you have to divide your time a lot, and then the rest of the band as well, because you're still in school, I believe. But you've mentioned this in previous interviews where you say that whatever you do, you're going full force. There's no other way of doing it. Do you know why that is? Well, why you've been that way since before? Do you know what drives you in a sense?
Yeah, it's just like my love for like music and like acting and like films. Like everything that I do, it's not just because this happens a lot. Is that like, some actors or whatever, or some filmmakers or not filmmakers, but some music people or some actors or vice versa are like, man, I'm really successful in this. Like, I should try acting because that means like that I would be good. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it comes from like a place of entitlement. But it's like ever since I was like 3, I knew that I wanted to be a musician. I knew that I wanted to direct, and I knew that I wanted to produce. And I knew that I wanted to be an actor, and like that's just like my plan. And I always wanted to, like deep down. And I think it just all came from just like loving stories and like this, and like ingesting everything and like putting it into my brain and thinking about it constantly. Because that's really all I think about. All I really think about is like movies and music and directing and like all the things that I love, and friends. Obviously, it's not just like I'm on a one-track mind.
Sure.
I have my mind's in like 5 different places at once, but in a good way. It doesn't make me bad at one of the things. It's just like I think the ambition comes from like, I don't know, maybe it's in my blood or something like that. But I don't know.
It's interesting what you mentioned that you knew from age 3, and then I believe that, I mean, the way you play guitar, you must have known from a very early age that you wanted to play guitar.
Definitely,
So,
yeah.
who were the ones, or maybe a band that kind of turned that switch for you?
Well, for me, I think it was the Beatles,
Okay.
because I used to play the game Beatles Rock Band all the time. And this was back when you couldn't actually get their music on iTunes or anywhere. So I'd come home from school every day and play Beatles Rock Band for probably 6 hours every single day, just so I could listen to the music. And I still remember having this moment. I was listening to something, and there's this beautiful little bass fill that Paul McCartney does in the 3rd verse. And then all of a sudden it hit me that music is this thing that can just have such a profound impact on someone. And like, I was a little grade 3 kid. I've obviously never experienced the kind of love that that the song is written about. But then still, the song made me want to cry. It was just so beautiful. And I'm like, that's all I want to do. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to create music that could affect other people that way. And then I figured I should probably learn how to do music so I could make that happen. And then that's when I sort of started trying to play other instruments and so on. But yeah, that for me really flipped the switch. And then from there, I've never even considered doing anything other than that because I love it so much.
There were two switches for me, like, for music. The first switch, obviously, like, was the Beatles as well. Like, the first time I heard them, like, it was just the Beatles all day, every day, like, all the time, like...
Grinding the Beatles.
Yeah, like, just every day, and any song. But then, in 2014, I was in this music video from this band called Pup that I met Malcolm on, and we both acted in it, and, like, from then on, like, I wanted to be, because we were kind of in, like, we played the mini versions of the band, or the smaller versions, and I was like, I love this, like, I love being in, like, a fake band, like, I love leading a fake band, like, everything about this is the best, like, I want to be on stage, because, like, I want to be on stage like Stefan from Pup, and I want to scream into the microphone, and I just want to, like, it was just, like, the best feeling ever. I don't know what it was, but it was just, like, it was, like, the only time that I've ever felt, like, powerful, you know? And it's not even, it doesn't come from a power thing. Like, it's not, like, I have power. Like, it's not one of those power tripping things. It's more just, like, to have, like, nothing else in the world is better than having, like, people's, like a crowd, like, liking your band, you know what I mean? And, like, having the crowd in the palm of your hand and getting them to dance and, like, getting them to sing back the words, and, like, there's nothing else like it. So, like, I think from, like, 2009, like, into 2015, like, that was it, like, yeah, but, you know.
With that in mind, then, and touching upon what you said, Ayla, your last night's show was sold out, I believe. So,
Yeah.
so what does that
Yeah.
tell you, and kind of the reactions you're getting to your music? What does that tell you about what you're doing?
Means that kids are liking it. It's really nice. Because kids are actually singing the words, and I feel like if there weren't real fans, like, they would be there with everyone would have their phone out, and no one would be singing the words, but, like, now it's like some people have their phone out, but everyone's singing the words. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, we definitely recognize that we're in such a unique position, and that at the beginning, I mean, I'm sure not everyone was there just because, you know, they were a huge fan of Finn, but definitely, I mean,
I would say 90.
yeah, I wouldn't say that, like, selling out a concert
5%.
in this context would necessarily mean that we're doing something right
From the beginning, yeah.
from the beginning, but I think the fact that people there clearly more and more are actually truly loving the music, I think, yeah, I mean, that it's a pretty amazing feeling, and I think an indication that we're actually writing music that's connecting to some people and making them want to dance and making them want to sing along and maybe even pick up an instrument or form a band or something, which is probably one of the greatest feelings.
What is one of the best reactions you've had?
At in-stores when we're signing people's records, which is already amazing, like, getting girls and guys coming up and saying, like, I've started a band, and, like,
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it, but, like, I just wanted to let you know that we started it, and we're like, dude, we're bad too, like...
If you think you're good, you're probably not.
That's a good attitude to have, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's always more to do. If you
can
think
only
you're,
go-
if you think you're good at something, you might as well quit. There's no point.
I know. Final question then. What is this is gonna be what is your definition of success in terms of music?
Oh, man. It's whatever you want it to be, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, some people...
But for you,
A personal goal. I guess, like, for us.
Yeah,
personal goal.
in terms of what kind of, because I don't like
Where can it go?
Yeah, I don't like to say where do you see yourselves in 5 years, but more in the sense of what kind of career would you like to have?
Sure. I don't know. We kind of take it step by step. You know, I just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I want to keep playing in this band, and all of us do, and keep making music and writing music and making new friends, touring, and just kind of progressing. Whether that is, you know, like doing tours or meeting new people or making different decisions and yeah, I mean, just kind of going with it, I guess, because it's all fun, and the minute it stops being fun, then you shouldn't even do it. You can't take this stuff too seriously, because, like, out of the last 2 years that we've been in the music industry, the music industry is a funny thing. So, which obviously comes from like ignorance because I haven't been there for a long time. But I mean, it is like every industry is really weird if you take it super seriously. So, I guess just we're not taking the thing. We're taking it seriously in a sense, but like we're not letting it run our lives.
Yeah, just like understanding that we've been given this incredible opportunity,
Yeah.
and that not many people are able to reach so many people so quickly, and that it's incredible to have that opportunity, and we can only hope to utilize that the best we can to maybe make someone's life a little bit better in some way, because I think that's what music can do.
One last thought then, because you reminded me of something, and it kind of going with the fact that you are known from TV. And I've asked this about to artists who have famous parents or in some other way
Yeah.
where. So do you think it's in a way a double-edged sword?
Yeah, I think nowadays it's getting like a one-edged sword,
Right.
which is great. Now it's getting like an axe, where it's like just the band and like the wood is just no. I'm just
Good
kidding.
news in Minecraft.
Yeah, but honestly, yeah, I think it definitely. I think it is. Like it's a gift and a curse for sure for this particular thing because it's
Right.
awesome. We had we started off with an awesome core group of fans and stuff. But it also at first sucked for these guys too because they had to like deal with fans screaming my name at the top of their lungs, not even listening to the music that they worked really hard on. So like that's a hard thing to go through. So they have obviously a lot of patience to do that. But because we've been a band for about a year and a half, 2 years, it's taken time for those people to kind of filter out and get our own core fan base who are not like that, who are like genuine music fans and really love to be there and listen to the music and stuff. So it's getting better for sure. But yeah, I think for sure it started off as a double-edged sword, but it's getting better for sure.
Well, can't wait where you go from here.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Where you
man.
go from here.
Thanks
Thank you
so much.
very
Thank
much for
you.
your time.
Of course.
Of course.